It's time. Officially here. Today, I am going to be telling the story, the full official story of No Eyes. Everything that you need to know about him. Everything. This entity, creature, is one of the most hostile creatures of them all. No Eyes. And he has a pretty backstory legend. And it's actually one of the best, creepiest horror game in Rec Room. It's on the toppest, creepiest game in Rec Room. The creature. The thing. The beast. Let's go back a couple of thousands or even hundreds years ago. Deep in fall, out in space, there was nothing. Nothing. Until this giant planet, or thing you like to call it, named the Macroverse. Now, sadly, I can't really show it because, well, if any human beings see the Macroverse, they'll go in this stage of shutdown. Also, Pennywise also came from the Macroverse. Also has No Eyes. Pennywise became first, then No Eyes. Until one day, a meteor crashed somewhere in North America. The meteor struck in 1684. Crash landed somewhere in North America. And that's when it cracked open to another smaller rock. Only 2 months and then that rock cracked. And then this was they saw it. It was this weird looking white slug with a lot of teeth around it. The creature had white things on its head. Kinda looks like an earphone. The creature slowly wanders around the place. And then 2 months later, the slug transformed into No Eyes. The creature. The 6-foot-tall demon. Let's go back. I mean, not back. I'm stupid. Let's go forward into the incident in a couple of years. On 1691, an incident happened in the beach. A family of 4 went down, walked to the beach because it was a nice sunny day. 2 parents and the rest were kids. And when they got here, they realized it was all empty. Nothing. And then they just had fun anyway. Later, one of the young kids saw an eye wash up on the beach. And then bubbles start to appear from the water. That's when he saw it. The thing. The creature that we all know. No Eyes appeared from the water. The kid can only see half of its head peeking out from the water. The kid shocked and froze. And then screams. And the thing disappeared from the water. And then they left because the kid can't stop crying. Then at night, the same kid saw no eyes again, this time standing on a hill. Kid was shaking in horror. And then no eyes just magically disappears in the ground. It's been 3 days ever since the kid saw that thing. And then, at night, everyone's in the car, the same family. But this time, everyone saw it. No eyes was standing on the road, facing down. Everyone shook in shock. Everyone froze, started tearing. And then the kids slowly starting to cry. The parents said, "Be quiet." But sadly, Noise already knows. He twists his neck around. And the thing scared the hell out of him. The creature's neck twisted all around. Everyone screamed. While its body twists with it, bring its head when it's looking at them. It's like a twist head thing. And then No Eyes started to walk up to the car. Everyone screamed. The dad trying to get the car started, and then the car started. But sadly, No Eyes already got the tires out. No Eyes peers from the glass window, says, "I've been watching you for 3 days." And then laughs. He bangs his head on the window, started cracking. And then the father got out of the car, unlocked the boot, got a shotgun. Direct shot in the head of No Eyes, but sadly they didn't do hell to it. It's like the bullets went through him. But sadly, No Eyes killed the father by stabbing him in the chest. Everyone was panicking. Nothing to do. The No Eyes flipped the entire car. How can he flip the car? He doesn't even look strong. He doesn't have any muscles or anything. Everyone freaked the hell out. Started crying too. No Eyes breaks open the door. Kills the mother. Planning to kill the rest. No Eyes has killed everyone. Except for one. One of the kids that... the same kid that saw No Eyes. When the car flipped, he passed out to make himself look he died. Looks like No Eyes is not that smart. And then the kid woke up, got himself unstuck, looked outside and see blood trail. Found the corpse of his father, but his eyes were taken out of his head. Same thing with the others. Until some random car came by and stopped. The driver got out and called the police. Another incident has occurred, but it's in Canada. A whole science lab was taken down. Everyone was dead. It could be the creature, but there was so many stab marks. The victims have lost their eyes too. Another one has appeared. Another incident, but it's in Australia. A whole house has burned down, leaving 2 victims burned to death. The fire was burning red. And how can No Eyes do this stuff? He's been appearing everywhere around the world. No Eyes has been traveling through the entire human world. Well, not exactly human. The planet Earth. How can this entity, thing, have the ability to teleport anywhere around the world and cause chaos? Well, no, this is not just a normal creature or a monster. He has his own portal dimensions. One of them called the Blood Hill. The other one called the Black Rock. He uses these dimensions to teleport anywhere around the world, including different planets. Every single 10 years, thousands of lives have been taken, killed. There were barely any people that survived. Until one day, one human being is going to stop No Eyes forever. And then, the kid I was talking about earlier was killed by No Eyes. No Eyes knows everything. He knew that he was faking his death. No Eyes is a smart, talented monster. He knows everything. And then, one day, a worker, also known as an artist, named Bill, or you could call him Jack. He is 25 years old. He lives in the forest. He barely does anything in his life. He has a nephew. He has friends and family. But one day, something visited him on that night. Before I continue the story, let's just continue the other story I was talking about. In 1781, another incident has appeared, but it was way worse. A bunch of robbers and cops were found dead just around the beach. Everyone was killed, the robbers and the cops. The robbers stole money from the bank until one of them bumped into No Eyes. Now, No Eyes doesn't really care if he gets spotted on camera or not, but he got spotted on camera. But sadly, the people that caught him on camera were killed. Everyone tried to run, everyone was shooting at it. But the bullets didn't do hell to it. Nothing hurts him. But some of you might think that Noise isn't immortal. Well, he isn't. There is a weakness to him, but it's not really easy to get through it. Let's go back to 1987, the Bill incident. When Bill got back home from work, he wanted to check the news because he's always, well, interested in the news. It was the start of the year, and already thousands of bodies had been reported on the news. Bill pretty much didn't care. He probably thought it was some big old joke. He didn't make himself any food, just went back to bed because he was tired of his job. Oh God. He heard a loud banging sound. Bill wake up instant. His flashlight hit the ground and the light was on. Facing the wall that blood. It said no eyes with a creepy smiley face. This is a symbol of no eyes is around. So if you see that symbol, you better be prepared to experience hell. He usually uses this thing to warn his victims of know that he's coming after them. Bill woke up, checked the house. When he got out of his bed, he saw this tall creature. It had gray fur, a cracked screen on its chest, creepy smile, sharp teeth, with these orange earphones and a machete. Creature turned and twisted his neck at Bill. He was holding a victim. Noise taunted him, thinking that this is his friend, but really, that victim that he had in his hands was not his friend. But sadly, Noise ended that person. Ended his life. Nothing but pure black for a couple seconds. And the body was there of the victim that Noise killed. His eyes were ripped out of his head. All of his painting, his photos, the all turned and they had no eyes in them. Bill was freaking the hell out. Even though Noise really likes to scare his victims, but Bill sometimes acts like a cringy person, so sometimes he's just trying to make him joke about himself, like trying to make it like this is a prank, this is not real, huh? I'm gonna make a cringy joke now. But really, he's just scared in terror. You messed up, Bill. In fact, Bill was the only victim that Noise escaped. All the other victims that survived have been killed by Noise. But Bill has survived. How did he survive this beast? Even though it's like the start of the year, and then weird cursed stuff was going around in his house. Everything was changing. And then he opened the same room. The same room in his house that is always locked, but it keeps changing. He opened it and saw a box. Bill opened the box. It was the photo of the creature. Some of the photos that No Eyes was hiding in them. It looked like someone got a camera, took a photo, printed it out, and then died and dropped it. The photo was a couple of bodies. A person just standing at a mountain, smiling for the camera. You could see in the background, No Eyes appears climbing up the mountain. This was the frighteningest thing in history. No Eyes is doing all of his power to scare the living hell out of him. He's trying everything in his power to bring Bill hell. And guess what? He did. He did bring him hell. The main door that enters the house has blown open. No Eyes appears, chasing Bill. But No Eyes lost Bill, hiding in his room. No Eyes eventually disappeared into the ground. It appears that No Eyes has the ability to go through walls and anything. He can go through trees, anything. Like anything. He goes to the main door. He checked and looked. It was another bloody, fleshy room with this glowing thing. It kind of looked like the portal. That was the Blood Heel portal. Enters into the portal. And this next spot is going to be the graphic and most disgusting thing. He went inside the portal. He saw thousands of bodies. And it appears like his house was turned into a fleshy, disgusting mess. There was nothing but pure death. Pure death. And my controller died, just give me a second. Some of the bodies were hanging. Some of them were impaled. Then No Eyes appeared with a corpse, froze him to scare Bill. There was nothing but pure blood. He went in his room. But it's his glowing key. He's probably guessing it's going to be the same door. I was right. There was nothing. The room was empty. Went inside and No Eyes appeared, scared the living hell out of him. Went in the room again and saw this fleshy thing creating a symbol. Something. And then this glowing thing. Bill touched it and he's been sent to the No Eyes dimension. The No Eyes dimension is the place that when every single 10 years No Eyes appears. So at the end of his eating cycle, he's been sent to the No Eyes dimension and wait for 10 years, and then he gets sent back. But when No Eyes goes into that dimension, No Eyes is ginormous. Ginormous. No Eyes appeared, ginormous as hell, trying to convince Bill to join the afterlife in the Blood Hill. Because No Eyes is trying to make an army of the undead. Since the Blood Hill was just starting to grow higher, making living. Because Bill is the only thing that could stop No Eyes. But Bill got away. His requests. Jumps dead. Sorry about that. As I was saying, jumped down. Behind him was this blue portal. He jumped down. But somehow there was an escape. But for some reason, No Eyes' cycle is over. It appears that the dimension Bill was in, when he went into the portal, it appears that when he got out, he was sent far in the future. He was set like almost at the end of that year of 1987. And that's how No Eyes' cycle has ended. Screaming at Bill, "I'll kill you next time." Bill has survived and escaped No Eyes for the first time in his existence. Bill was his first victim that actually got away. Stayed alive. No Eyes felt raged, but he realized that rage was his weakness. Rage what kills him, defeats himself. Before you ask, no, you can't just say like mean words to offend No Eyes. That would not work. The only thing that rages No Eyes is his victims are not dead yet. Another 10 years has passed. Bill moved into another house. He sold the other house because of the incident. But sadly, he moved in with his friend. Jay calls Bill Jack because he likes the name, not the name Bill. Not even a week later, the same blood sign. Bill was kind of afraid and feeling the free up his spine. He said this, "He's back again." Then, throughout, he checked his house. Now everything was fine. When we went back, the blood sign was gone. He went to sleep and he woke up again to another sound. The same banging sound. The sign was back on the wall. Checked the house and saw the photos have No Eyes again. But No Eyes was tired of scaring it to death. He decided to play, trying to be creepy. Throughout his house, he's been experiencing more hell, more blood, gore. But Noise has killed his roommate, his best friend, Jay. It appears that Noise wants Bill to raid too, so they can have a fight. Noise wants war. And then Bill find another box, but it was free, with the same photos, but from this information of this thing, this creature named No Eyes. It appears that this entity is the most powerful of them all. It looks like some person was experimenting and watching No Eyes without No Eyes even knowing. Looks like No Eyes just got spotted. It appears that Bill, where he lives, is actually around the meteor crash site. The meteor crash landed into a mountain, and the mountain was near his house. Bill went outside, trying to kill No Eyes once and for all. But when he left, he saw the corpse of Jay. Bill was crying all of his tears. No Eyes appeared from the other side of the toilet thing. I currently know what it's called, but he laughed and said, "I killed your friend." He said, "This, I will make you suffer." Noah disappears again into the ground. Throughout the walk in the forest, he has found his old car, Bill's car. His car was covered in blood, with a big smiling face with the same symbol. There was a suitcase full of weapons. Now, since No Eyes is pretty much hard to defeat, he might use weapons because No Eyes has a defense system. I'll explain what that defense system is when, well, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty stupid. Anyway, you keep walking, until you hear this growl sound. Kinda sounds like a bear, but really it's not. It was noise, but shifted into this big version of himself, with spikes on his back. Kinda looked like kinda looked like a big bear, but he was running on fours. Bill barely dodged the attack with the swoop of No Eyes. No Eyes tried to get back at him, but sadly for No Eyes, Bill has found his hiding spot, his crash site. The building was connected to the mountain. It was just an abandoned building. No one knows how old that building is. Very old. Bill went inside. When he got inside it, he saw this slimy black thing. It kind of looked like a black rock. It was everywhere. Dragging his suitcase and his flashlight. We looked around and saw nothing. Nothing but No Eyes jump scared him again and went through the wall. There was so many of the disgusting black rocks. Bill touched them and he realized, ew, it's slimy. What the hell is this stuff, he said. And then one of the doors blown open. He checked and there was nothing. The room was full of black rocks until another door has been, well, opened by nothing. Checked inside the room and saw Jay's moving corpse. Jill's body had no eyes, but some able to see and talk. They were saying, we all have no eyes down here. It appears that sometimes No Eyes likes to copy some tricks from his cousin from Pennywise. In No Eyes Chapter 2, the spider form of him was actually not the true form. He was just a copycatter. Once again, the water rised as in some sort of copycat take. When the water disappeared, the water drained. The door Bill was in has blown open. Another door slowly opened. Bill went inside. So this another black rock slime, but it looks like some of it was like shaped into like a button. He touched it and he realized that it's not slimy, it was hard rock. He touched it in a door. Well, not a door, a bloody slimy door has, well, open. Noise appeared scared the hell out of him again. Bill shouts in his face, I am no longer scared of you. Noise instant just disappears. Checked inside of the room. It was another black rock thing, but instead it was this thing that had looked like it had tentacles. It was moving around. Bill grabbed it, and then Bill throwed it at another black rock. The black rock has burst open, cracked, and broke. He climbed down into the abyss, went through, went up, and that's when he sees No Eyes' crash site. It was massive. It had spikes. Then No Eyes appeared there. He had this glowing red particles swooping around him. And then he turns into this giant spider that was a copycat from his cousin. But sadly, No Eyes raged himself too hard. And then No Eyes killed himself. He accidentally summoned a blue eye. The blue eye is the weakness of No Eyes. He accidentally summoned this when he was raging. The blue eye has grabbed No Eyes and just all of his body parts that had been exploded, that were hitting the ground, but very slowly. And then the heart of No Eyes. The heart was weird looking. It was glowing. The heart was mixed in with the dead lights. Probably wondering, those people that are fans of it out there, how? Literally, when they look at the macroverse of the dead lights, they will be taken down to a shutdown. but the deadlights were mixed in together into a heart. The hall was protected by this shield. The shield was unable to break, but sadly, when Noise was defeated, the heart appeared and the shield has broken. But there's another shield that protects the seeing of the deadlights. But some stupid reason, Bill was too lazy and got his mind on some tacos for some goddamn reason. I don't know why this is in the story, but he just left. Doll was left floating there. Floating there. And then immediately went through up in the sky, out of the planet, out in the galaxy, and returned back to the Macroverse. Another 10 years later, he returned again, but he has left his house, sailed it again, but he has no money, any money to buy another house. So he stays with his nephew, Charlie's house. Bill and Charlie were like best friends. They go fishing together, play games together, even go some interesting places. But no eyes. He's gonna make. Oh. Charlie is like 8 years old. Poor Charlie. We all know what's gonna happen to Charlie. Some of you, actually maybe all of you, have played No Eyes Chapter 3. No any spoilers, go play it. Charlie came back from school, and Bill had another art project that is to us to do, but memories of No Eyes. The face, the abilities, everything. Looked like Bill still remembers of that incident. But instead of No Eyes going after Bill, he goes after Charlie. You heard me. When his first awakened appearance, Charlie waked up to the same sound that Bill heard. Charlie woke up, scared, holding and squeezing his teddy bear, and saw the blood sign says kill. Charlie opened the door and saw a creepy, smiley face with like teeth coming out, saying no eyes. He was shocked to see this. He said, this is a dream, he said. As soon as he left, he saw a sign. It looked like some sort of code, but really it wasn't a code. It was the 1987 incident with Bill. Ever since the day that Bill and I seen each other. No Eyes. His victim was a young boy. Can we get RP Charlie in chat? And then when he went downstairs, there was this camera rolling around. And then No Eyes appeared, scared, the jump scare out of him. He went in the basement. Now, probably this is a little bit confusing, but I don't want to spoil the game that some of you, maybe all of you have played it or not. He went in the basement, opened, and saw this thing. It kind of looked like some random guy. But he saw blood coming out from the other side of his chin. But really, it was a mask. And this was Masked, the bloody creature that some of you might know. Waved at Charlie, jump scared him. Charlie went for the vent. Then the No Eyes skeleton came through the vent, left. No Eyes himself appeared. Sees Charlie behind his head, twist his neck. So Charlie. Laughing. Laughing. I'm sorry guys, but I have to make this to be continued. Hope you enjoyed. I am going to be making a part 2 very soon, so I hope you enjoyed. Bye.